President Obama and many Republicans want to keep our economy moving by extending the payroll tax cut, which is due to expire at the end of next month. Today, the president flew to Pennsylvania to press the case. More on that from Chief White House correspondent Norah O'Donnell.
Scott, President Obama is using this payroll tax cut issue to frame the debate before next year's election and to try and paint Republicans as the party that will protect the wealthy at the expense of the middle class.
Today, the president made his 8th visit this year to Pennsylvania, a state indispensable to his re-election bid, and slammed Republicans for opposing parts of his jobs plan.
I mean, what happened? Republicans said they're the party of tax cuts. That's what they said. A lot of them have sworn an oath to never raise taxes on anybody as long as they live. That doesn't square with their vote against these tax cuts.
But Republicans do support extending the payroll tax cuts. What they oppose is paying for them with a new tax hike on people making more than $1 million a year.
Are you willing to fight as hard for middle-class families as you do for those who are most fortunate? What's it going to be? That's the choice in front of Congress. And I hope members of Congress think hard about this, because their actions lately don't reflect who we are as a people.
House Speaker John Boehner said today he's committed to working with the president to find a compromise, and that despite disagreements, the payroll tax extension will be paid for. But he did not specify how.
There's no debate, though, about whether these extensions ought to be paid for. The president's called for them to be paid for. Democrats here have called for them to be paid for. And so if, in fact, we can find common ground on these extensions, I think you can take to the bank the fact that they will be paid for.
Scott, Republicans tonight said they want to pay for this tax cut by freezing the pay of federal workers. Democrats still insist that millionaires should foot the bill. In the end, they're going to have to work out a compromise to avoid a 2% tax increase on 160 million working Americans come January.
So, Norah, what are the chances they're going to work out that deal?
Well, I think the chances are good because they don't want to raise taxes on 160 million working Americans. Also, a lot of economists say that this could have a severe effect on our economy. But Scott, like most things here in Washington, it will be ugly, and it probably means the president will have to give up on his insistence that millionaires end up paying for this tax cut.
Norah, thanks very much.